Hey guys, it's Russ. Unpacking FLOWZONE Typhoon 2. Don't go away. Hey guys, it's Russ. Welcome back to Lawn Journeys. If you can do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, that'd be fantastic. What we're talking about today in this video is the FLOWZONE Typhoon 2 backpack sprayer. Full disclosure, I purchased this. This is not a sponsored video. Just to run down some general information about this. This is an 18 volt battery powered backpack sprayer. It includes a 2.5 amp charger, heavy duty diaphragm pump, comfort straps. The battery compartment is sealed. It comes with a stainless steel wand with 3 quick connect nozzles, the wand holster, power washer style spray gun. Obviously I'm reading this off the side. 300 PSI hose, 4-gallon tank, tank lid, intake filter, screws, bolts, and nuts. This is a quick connect system. I have purchased some T-Jet tips, and I'm gonna go through this very methodically. So guys, I want you to stick around. This is the Typhoon 2. It has 2 flow settings. It's a low and a high. There is a variable speed version of this, which obviously has a dial. You can dial it in where you want it. I want to explain why I didn't choose that model for me. For you, you may want the variable speed. Okay, I'll take a little look at what's in the box here. I'm going to pull out the various items. Number 1, we have a 18 volt battery. I don't know why this wasn't closed up. Maybe they check it before they ship it. FLOWZONE battery. Let's put that over here. We have another small box here. Open this baby up. .2.5 amp charger. We got the plug, we got the power brick, and we have the charger cable. Keep digging in the box here. We have stainless steel wand, quick connect. Put that on the table. We have the trigger. Again, all quick connects. We'll go into more detail on each of these, but we can test the quick connect right there. Very nice. I think I like the quality. It's heavy duty connections. Looking good. The piece de resistance is coming. Here is the backpack straps with the portion that goes around the side, front buckle, belt buckle, shoulder straps. Little assembly is going to be required. Last part is obviously the magic behind the whole system, the backpack sprayer itself, Typhoon 2. Here we have the battery compartment. It has a rubber seal. This is one of the things that sold me on the FLOWZONE. A lot of folks talked about the batteries that are stored underneath, especially the professional guys who use these day in and day out. They get a lot of water on them, they get wet, they're moving a lot of product. The product gets into the bottom and gets into the electronics and impacts the battery. Side of the FLOWZONE, this is the Typhoon 2. We have an off, we have a low and a high pressure switch. We'll get into that. Here is the 300 PSI rated hose. Obviously the trigger. This is a screw connection. This is threaded, so this will screw on. So we're going to assemble this whole thing. And of course, We take the lid off. There are some more parts packed in the top. This obviously is going to be mounted right there for the wand assembly. We have a couple other pieces in here. This probably goes on the bottom right here. We have a bag of screws. We have another quick connect. Actually, 3 spray tips and the screws. And in the top of the tank, we have the screen. So as you're mixing products such as the bio-stims from Next, inevitably when I'm doing this outside, you may drop a little debris into it because I'm doing it out in my backyard. This is good. Put the screen on here, pour the product in. You keep foreign material out. And I guess it's a good preventive measure so you don't get it into the bottom, get some sludge in it, and start jamming up the tank or the pump. This assembly looks relatively easy, so we're going to put it together. Okay, step 1, attach the holsters to the tank. There are 2 nuts and 2 little hex bolts for each one. Step 2 is to connect the trigger to the hose. As I said, this has a little plastic cap on it to protect the threads. So we'll pull that baby off and we'll screw this holster on. We will do a leak check when we fire this up. This does swivel on the hose. Next step, I put the extra 2 tips up here. We'll review these. I put 1 tip on the quick release and we will install the wand. Wand is installed. Very nice. Okay, the wand is inserted in the holder. I'll admit, this thing was very tight, hard to get it in, but I would imagine if this is wet, this plastic here probably starts to loosen up a little bit to get this in and out, but I did get it in. I did notice when I opened this up that there's moisture in the tank. This is wet. And I did read in this bag, the bag that had the parts in it that was in the screen, it said that your unit is tested before it's shipped. And I'll tell you what, I received this probably 2 weeks ago when it was shipped to me, and I'm just opening it today. It's mid-February, and there was obviously moisture in the tank because the top was on it and it was sealed. So it's good to know, and that also explains why the top of the battery box was open. No doubt, if I insert the battery into this right now, she's probably going to fire up. I'm sure there's charge in it. The next thing we're going to do is install the shoulder strap assembly. Okay, funny part about this is the instruction manual that came with this, with the assembly instructions. After you attach the trigger, the wand, and the clips to hold it, it basically tells you, step 2, get out there and start spraying. Well, it doesn't tell you how to attach the comfort straps. There are videos online. It's really not that hard. We're going to do it now, but essentially I'm going to be putting these through each of these plastic tabs on the top. And if you've ever worn a backpack, like a school bag, I think it should be fairly obvious on how to make the attachments. Running it back through this clip here. All right, team, so we have this backpack comfort strap assembled. These upper straps attach to these molded hooks. The little connections here snap in these little molded holes. The other assembly that's required is just to, these are the straps that come down the front, and this kind of goes under your armpit. So you need to set this up on both of these. It's just stringing this through. There's a breast level connection that we'll put on. And then of course, the bottom one that wraps around your waist. Okay, so we're just gonna try this on for fit. I'm going to step into it. First thing I'm going to do is get this snug up on my shoulders. It's just like wearing a pack in the firehouse. Pull it up. Nice fit. I'm going to clip this across here. I can tighten both of these. I have my breast level strap just as easily as it was put on. Just a couple clips. You can loosen this up by pulling on these. Comes off real easy. Very nice. Okay, the last couple things for reassembly would be to put the strainer back in, screw the top back on, goes on very nicely. And let's take a look at how the battery fits in the compartment. It slides right in, put it in, slide it down, snaps in. This battery does have a power indicator on it. We're going to go into more detail when we get this outside. So follow me along. So this is the 0 degree. So it's essentially a straight stream, and I'm spraying with high pressure. So you got a lot of reach on that. This is the 25 degree tip. So let's take a look at this. So you can see it's more of a fan spray. Not bad. That's not bad for getting product in the lawn. Now what I did is I followed some other folks online, and I did 2 T-Jet nozzles, and I will list the nozzle types in the show notes. This is the one I've been using primarily thus far for spraying my lawn because it has a wide fan. So let's take a look at that. As you can see, you get a pretty good fan out of that. So that's the fan tip. I did one other T-Jet nozzle that was recommended by some other folks who use these online, and I constructed these with the quick release using parts sourced from a number of online vendors. Okay, so this tip we're going to take a look at now. So you can see that's more of a mist. That's not bad. That's great, better for foliar applications that you don't want to push into the roots. So if you're going to spray microgreen or an iron, this tip would be nominal. Let's just take a little closer look at the FLOWZONE setup. So we have the harness here on the side to stow the wand. The 2 tips, the 0 and the 25 degree, fit nicely right here in the top if you want to keep them portable. The variable speed tip, or I shouldn't say variable speed, the variable flow tip you probably would leave on the wand, or you could insert it into the holder. So you can always have all 3 tips with you. Do you need the other T-Jet nozzles? Not necessarily. I really think I could have worked with the nozzles that came with the Typhoon 2. But, you know, I went a little overboard. Again, reviewing the battery compartment, and you can see this thing's had some use because it's not as clean as it was when you guys saw it a few minutes ago. The battery compartment, I'll take a closer look at. As you can see, it has a rubber gasket. It seals nicely in here. You do have the battery test. You can close this and it snaps shut, it stays secure. If we walk around the side of the FLOWZONE, we have our center off, our low pressure left, and our high pressure right. Works rather well. The backpack straps, very comfortable. I have no problem wearing this on my back. I always fasten the chest straps and fasten it around my waist. And if we take a closer look inside the FLOWZONE, right now I just have nothing but water in it. There is a pickup down there in the bottom that you can see. It does have a screen on it. In fact, I'll pull it out and show it to you. So I can flip it over, and as you can see, there is a screen on it. And I have used some of the next products, settled a little bit, and I did get some grit in the bottom, and I did have some problem pumping. And of course, I checked that screen in it, and it was straining it rather nicely, so I just had to clean it out. I always recommend that when you're done with the unit, you fill it halfway with water, or maybe a quarter way with water, and give it a good flush. The one thing I do wish they had done, there is a 4-gallon indication here. This is a 2.5 gallon. I don't know why they chose 2.5. I guess because it was halfway up. It would have been nice to have a gallon, a 2, a 3, and a 4. What I'll probably do is measure out the appropriate amount of water, and I'll score a mark on the outside of this and hit it with a marker. Because sometimes I just want to mix a gallon up, and it's a little bit hard to eyeball. It's my understanding that the newer version of the FLOWZONEs has the gallon markings on them. So I guess the new mold. This side has some metric on it. I mean, guys, that's it. It's lightweight. It's easy to use. This rubber hose is no joke. You have a high quality pistol grip going on here. I love this stainless steel metal here. Dull quick connect. You're not playing with a plastic wand. It's easy to change tips. I'd go out there and get one. I bought this one. It was not, sent to me. My channel's not that big. This was my major investment for the season, and I'm glad I got it. It's a little bit easier than running around with the spray bottles on the hoses that sometimes get clogged, and then you don't know how much product you've put out. So it's very simple. I have a lot of videos that I've done where I'm applying different products. In fact, what I'm going to be doing today is hitting my turf again with a liquid fungicide with some humic acid. And for me to do my 9,000 square feet, I'm applying approximately a gallon per 1,000 square feet. So I go through about 10 gallons. I've learned my walking pace. It's not that hard. If you're in the market, there are a lot of good sprayers. I believe the Spray Mate is also made by FLOWZONE. The equipment on it may be a little bit different, but it's probably at a lower price point. So if that fits your needs, then go ahead and do it. Like I said in previous videos, I tend to want to get myself one nice tool each season because I have a budget like everybody else. This was the tool this season. Okay, so I'm going to get my PPE on. I'm going to get my fungicide and humic app down, and then I'm going to enjoy this beautiful day here in New Jersey. We had a break in the weather. The sky is crystal blue. It's in the 70s, and I'm going to take it easy. I hope you guys have a good weekend or a good week by the time you guys see this video. I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Leave some comments. Let me know what backpack sprayers you're using. Do you have any problems with the FLOWZONE Typhoon 2? I'd be interested to know. And if the problem is something I've had, I'd be sure and more than happy to share my experience, or maybe how I addressed it, or if I haven't had the problem, maybe we can work together and figure it out. Get out there, get it done, and I'll see you guys next time on Lawn Journeys.